So, on one side, you've got what looks like a sculpture of molten gold, just suspended in glass. And on the other, this crazy landscape of metallic, mercury like waves. So, what are these? Are they photographs, some kind of super complex 3D rendering? Or are they something else entirely?
So what it? Describing the mood, the texture, the lighting, all of it, just with text. I mean, just take a look at these words. This isn't your average search term, right? This is way more descriptive, it's evocative, a digital sea of liquid gold, rippling across a deep charcoal void. This is the actual instruction, the exact prompt that was used to create one of the images we just saw. Any guesses which one? And there it is. That's the result. The words we just read on the last slide, they became this image. The AI took that poetic description and just translated it into a visual reality. This is that aha moment, right? This is where the connection between the words and the picture becomes crystal clear. But how does that translation really work? I mean, how does it go from text to that? Let's actually break down the prompt, deconstruct it, and see how an artist can build an entire image piece by piece using nothing but words. Okay, so you can really think about the creative process in layers. First up, the artist defines the subject, a digital sea of liquid gold. Simple enough. Then they build the environment around it, fluid topographic mesh lines. So that's what gives us that underlying grid in the shape of the waves. And then finally, they set the whole atmosphere, rippling across a deep charcoal void. See how that works? Each phrase is like a new layer, all building up to the final image. And this is where you can see just how precise this new art form really is. So, what happens if we take that exact same, super detailed prompt, but we only change one single crucial word? We're going to swap out gold for mercury. Everything else stays exactly the same. And check this out. Here's the result. The composition, the lighting, that mesh background, it's all identical. But the essence of the subject has totally changed, from that warm gold to this cool, reflective mercury. This just shows you the incredible level of control an artist has. Every single word matters. And this new language of art, it's totally global. It is not limited to English at all. This stunning image right here, for example, was generated from a prompt written entirely in Hindi. The AI gets the descriptive intent, it doesn't matter what language you're using. Okay, so we've seen how one prompt makes one image. That's pretty cool. But what happens when an artist uses a whole series of prompts to explore a single theme? Let's take a look at how that builds into a complete, cohesive body of work. What you're looking at here is a menu from a digital gallery called Liquid Metal Forms. And in this, the artist has curated a whole collection of pieces. They're all exploring the same core idea, but with all these different variations. And, of course, each one was generated by its own unique prompt. And you can really see the variety in the collection. You've got the mercury sphere, which the prompt described as a perfectly round droplet just floating in zero gravity. Then there's the rippled sheet, which feels like this huge, undulating digital ocean. Every single one started as its own distinct idea, a really specific prompt that let the artist explore different sides of their whole liquid metal theme. It's literally a gallery born from words. So what does all this mean for the future of art, for creativity in general? It's easy to look at this and see a massive, radical shift. And you know what? It is a big shift, but maybe not in the way you might first think. Look, at the end of the day, this technology isn't about machines replacing human artists. Not at all. It's about giving creators a powerful new language to work with. The real artistry is in the idea, in the careful crafting of the prompt, and then curating the results. The artist kind of becomes a director, and the AI is their incredibly skilled, always ready collaborator. And all of this leaves us with one final, really fascinating question to think about. For centuries, right, artists have been limited by their physical skill, how well they could handle a brush or a chisel. But now, when the main tool is language itself, the very thing we all used to imagine, what are the limits? Where does the imagination even end? What new worlds can be spoken and, because of that, painted right into existence?